We're talking about the conflict going on in Ukraine right now. You've met Svetlana before. I've known Svetlana a long time. She owns a bridal shop nearby in Salem, but she was in Gloucester, literally 4 or 5 doors down from my house not very long ago. And she has been helping this Ukraine relief effort that all of you have been helping with, which has been amazing. But we also want to introduce you to our friend Tanya Marshall. How are you, Tanya?
I'm good, thank you for having me.
Thanks for being with us. Yeah, and you are with Stand With Ukraine Fund as well, right? And we want to talk about one is a big rally and event that Tanya and Svetlana are helping organize right now in a nearby town of Ipswich, Massachusetts. So let's talk about that briefly, and then we can get into more of the details of other things that have been going on, especially Svetlana, since we last talked. So Tanya, right off the top, can you just sort of explain what the event is all about and why this is being put together?
The event is about bringing awareness to the war in Ukraine, lifting up Ukrainian culture, brightening up, and inspire and show solidarity to people in Ukraine. We are planning direct connection with people on a big screen TV during the rally. Yeah. So people who we have helped directly during the wartime, and who we continue helping, supporting them during the devastation and ruining their towns around Kiev region. That's what we are trying to do and show solidarity and support. Right.
So this event is happening on May 22nd. And what can people who go to the event, what can they expect? What's going to be there for them?
Well, with support of town of Ipswich folks, pastor of Essential Church, Brad Clark, is calling out to all churches to get together on independent ground on the top of the hill in Ipswich. From there, we're gonna march through the town. It's about 20-minute walk. The town of Ipswich supports our movement, and we will have the banner that is being printed at the moment, actually prepared for the march. So we will hold that banner that we say that we stand with Ukraine here in America. And actually, there is a couple of events will be going. So we will kind of merge with one of the events again to bring awareness to people who are hanging out at the Epsco River Walk, and we will proceed to the place of rally and the main South Street. That's where all the participants and sponsors gonna be. We have tables set up for the different funds and different causes, but the main cause is Ukraine. So we all trying to put our efforts to do that. We have planned a song by Steve Curcuru. It's an original that is, and the author will be singing for us. I Need Ammunition, Not a Ride. It's a song that Steve wrote after Zelensky's Zelensky speech, or Zelensky,
yes, famous quote now.
Yeah. We will sing Ukrainian songs. The next week it's going to be more development. We will see if students from Berkeley College will join us, if there is enough singers that will come and sing the songs. You know, things are still in development, but we will try to bring as much as possible awareness for Ukraine, meaning of our culture, and brighten it up and share it with Americans.
Nicely said. So Svetlana, in the meantime, there have been all sorts of events and rallies like this that you've been a part of. Do you want to talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah, I can tell. So when I came to US, I didn't know many Ukrainians, and that was like always in Gloucester, more Italian community, all like different culture, but not Ukrainians much. So during these events, I met so many Ukrainians now in Boston, in New Hampshire. And so we're getting together and united, and we try to organize that cultural events and tell about our Ukrainian culture. And we are gonna organize and helping Tatiana now with that event in Ipswich. So we're going to bring tables. So it will be several organizations, non-profit organizations there, who is also bringing their own like necklaces like mine, some nice historical information like about what is Ukrainian flag meaning, what is the herb the symbol of Ukraine is. So we did that in the last event in New Hampshire. We printed information so people can come and see and read about what is that and why we have that yellow and blue, why we have. So that is like more informative, and also people dress Ukrainians clothes, and it's very fun also, you know, at least we feel much better together and give that spirit to our friends in Ukraine as well. So they see our pictures that we united and we supporting and we plan and help them, and that is help everyone, you know.
Very nice. So what does the flag mean? What do the colors mean and why?
So that it's a field behind you and sky, blue sky. It's a clean, it's field and sky.
Oh, no kidding. Beautiful.
So the wheat fields or sunflower fields, all yellow, and the sky is blue. So basically that's what it is, just peaceful colors.
Very nice. Now I know last time, Svetlana, you had an Amazon wish list of goods that were being sent over to friends in Romania and Poland to help bring over the border and go straight to the fighters there. So where are we at with that now?
So I reported already on my Facebook page, and so we did several volunteers already deliver duffel bags through airlines. So airlines allowed us to bring like 5-7 duffel bags free to deliver to Poland border. And doing so all Amazon list what we have by sizes. I asking what sizes of soldiers. So we collect clothes and it was delivered already. And I don't want to picture all that, guys, what is really, I have all that pictures. So you can trust me that I deliver everything and people so happy. One thing what happens with the walkie-talkie. So I sent one, like 4 pieces, but they said they need to reload. It's not working like first, it's like charger US. So they do it. They send it to military school and guys, students redo it and make it happens to be work.
Make it compatible. Wow.
So yes, they use everything what we sent. And it's they thankful, and they sent me letters and like screenshot. I see the text messages. They're very happy. And now, so what we have received new information from another places now from Kharkiv. So another woman from East Boston, she has relatives, soldiers up there. So we're doing the same way what we did for the Lugansk area. Now we're doing for the Kharkiv area. So directly to people who we really know, or our relatives who is friends, and we ask them with phone number, with text to send us picture if they delivered or not and how it's. So we plan a delivery and they need to respond if it's get there and everything okay or not. And I ask feedback about clothes, if that really what we need and what is quality and everything. So I am, because I believe it will not happen the last shipment, you know, but still, as much as I'm working for that, I want them have exactly what they need. And right now they're asking about sun hat, like the hats for the, like it's getting warmer. It's and they need some hats. So I put on the Amazon extra some hats, some another clothes what they're asking. So that is going to Kharkiv region now, because that is our next team waiting for clothes.
Okay. And so can you send me is it the same link before? Can you just send me it again so I can share that with folks?
I added some items to there. It's
Okay.
not different. It's all the same. I just don't want create new list. It's just the same.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so
like,
I'll do that for you. Yep, no problem. So Tanya, I wanted to ask Tanya where you are from in Ukraine, and do you still have family there, and what brought you to the States to begin with?
I am from Konotop, Ukraine. It's a northeastern borders with Russia. And on the first days of the war, we have a saying that all roads lead to Kiev. So that was the road that led to Kiev through Konotop from Russia. Russian tanks occupied my hometown, and I'm so proud of people of my town that they went to the streets to stop those tanks and tell those Russian soldiers to go home, that we don't need them on our territory. So I do have an aunt who is my mom's sister and cousin, her husband and 2 children who are in Konotop. So a lot of friends from school who in contact and remember, and obviously, you know, during this time, people get in touch and connected very closely, worrying about each other's safety and life. So I got in touch with a lot of people and college friends in Kiev, very, very close touch, through whom we have established the line of help.
Gotcha. And so how long have you been here in the States?
Since 1997.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I lost the count, 25 years, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah. So what brought you here?
I do have a twin sister who traveled around. My story is long. I lived in Czech Republic, in Prague, 7 years before I came to America. That's where I met my American friends, students for Czechoslovakia at that time. In 1992, 1997, there was a lot of Americans coming to Prague teaching people English.
Yeah, I had friends that actually did that. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm from that type of group, and one of the girls was speaking Russian, so she kind of got us into that circle of Americans in Prague, and that's how I learned my English. I learned Czech, but English was first, and I was learning Czech just as I go. And I lived for 7 years in Prague, Czech Republic. My mom and my older sister and her children are still there. So, yeah.
Interesting. So,
yeah.
Svetlana, last time we talked, so we know your family's from Dnipro, and
Yes.
I knew that the airport, I believe, got destroyed shortly after our last conversation, right? So is there an update on Dnipro and your family there?
On the news, they told the Russians bombing the train stations. So the more damage they got in the Sinelnikova region. So it's also Dnipropetrovsk region, but the part of Dnipropetrovsk, it's Sinelnikova. So I believe there's something like food storage or something. It's not very important, but they try to do as much damage as they can, but it's really like, you know, it's nothing they can damage there too much, but what I think. But again, that it's my vision, but people very, very organized in Dnipro right now. What I see and listen in mayor of Dnipro, he is telling that they organize people in groups who is packing supplies for different regions, like in Kharkiv, Lugansk, and like South. So they send in humanitarian aid from Dnipro, and they trying to organize, like, it's a lot of volunteering groups as well. So people also united and sending some food and clothes to different region because they have more needs than different region who is not not invited.
Right.
Good.
And so, and if you're just tuning in, I am with Svetlana and Tanya. They are with Stand With Ukraine Fund. There's a big event locally here in our neck of the woods. We're in the northeast corner of Massachusetts, so in the town called Ipswich. There's an event on May 22nd, and we'll have more information on that. So just to reiterate again, so Tanya, so it's obviously, it's a fundraising event. This is sort of tied in with other local events going on to really raise awareness for Ukrainian culture and the people and what's going on right now. And I think we're expecting to have some dignitaries speak as well. I think we've talked to local Senator Bruce Tarr, who may speak. I'm actually in touch with him every week, and I know you mentioned it's on his calendar, which is great to hear. And so is the idea, is this also a fundraiser as well happening that day?
Yes.
Yes. We're planning to organize some souvenirs to sell, necklaces, some like bracelets, whatever it will, like our friends who is going to Ukraine and bringing supplies to Ukraine, they bringing back all that Ukrainian stuff. I already talked to them, and they going back with some handwork, and our teachers, and that is, I talk my teachers in Ukraine, and they sending me some nice handmade stuff for the festivals what we organize during summer. So
that's great.
That it's not just asking money. We want people to see that we have rich culture, and that it's want to share with Americans people and show how we're grateful for them as well.
Yeah. So Tanya, what is your reaction to that? Because I asked Svetlana the last time, it's the response from the communities that you live in now to, you know, how helpful have they been to get the word out and cooperate with you and raise money to help the effort back home?
Amazing experience with people in Ipswich. I'm a business myself. I have a furniture business, and my clients came to me on the first day of war and brought some money, saying that we know that will go directly to Ukraine. It's basically what founded the fund, not me. It was just through me. People of Ipswich founded this fund, and we were sending direct, we sent the money to Ukraine and spread it around their personal accounts, whoever were in occupied Konotop and in Kiev. Money was for food and for medicine, basic things, and traveling as well. Some families had to travel with children in different parts of Ukraine just to stay safe. A reaction to the war is angry, and it's no words how I'm sure people who are following the events in Ukraine feel the same way. But for us, for me personally, when I left Ukraine, I just want to compare how I felt. I collected all the precious things in my heart that is home, and I felt somebody stepped on it with a dirty foot, and that's how I felt. In Ipswich, people generously supported the fund and the idea of direct funding. So I'm very grateful for my community, and they continue helping people in Ukraine.
Nicely said. You know, Svetlana, we talked offline about one of the shipments that went over. Can you tell the story about the Ukrainian marathon runner who ran the Boston Marathon and they helped bring things back?
Yeah, it happens all the time. Like, you know, we try to connect it. I know the New York Marathon Club many years. They were on the Reach the Beach event where I and my husband helped to organize it, and I met girls, Ukrainians team there, and one of the marathon runners from Ukraine came this time for the event, and I asked them, is it any chance somebody come in here and help me with my bags and they said, oh, we have person going to Ukraine just in a couple days after the runners. I was like, wow, that is like, he is running for marathon. For him, he's very proud to be on that marathon. It's like Boston Marathon, it's like icon for the many runners around the world. And after that situation, what happens, bombing in Boston, more people feel it's much spirit and like, you know, to support when you're there. It's like emotional more than just to be in that marathon than get a result or like, yeah, of course you want to run marathon, not for the prize, but for the support and be there.
Yeah,
and
the encouragement, the exposure,
kind of,
all of it. Yeah.
Yes, it's kind of different meaning right now because even in marathons, they painted the start with Ukrainian colors this year, so to support, and they cancel Russian and Belarus, and that it also feels like, yes, they need to know that everyone should show their own position about the war, and people need to talk, and everyone doing a little bit, that it's help for the victory and stop all that craziness of the Putin.
Yeah, and it was a weird coincidence where the colors for the Boston Marathon are actually the same colors as the Ukrainian's national colors, which is
yes,
so
that
was odd too. So again, we talked about the Amazon wish list. Can we go into specifics on the types of goods that you're looking for and why?
So the more important, it's still boots and hats now. Boots, first in Amazon list, they disappear quickly because it's summer boots more, very lighter. I try to get them in different places, but you know, it's hard to, we don't want to bad quality. We want at least that it will be survive all that summers and people will run and so they get exactly what they need. So that one, like they need more seasonal clothes right now, and that is I am trying to provide as much if I can.
Right, and we also need to point out too that people are sending money that helps ship these goods overseas, and like you said before, it also helps for folks in neighboring countries to buy medical supplies that are less expensive there.
Yes, we do that. We have, so when I was in Romania, we have people who is volunteering for us right now up there, and we send them money and they give us the medication what we're asking for, and they send through Romania. So it's all already organized, different locations, different places. If people wants to help, we accepted any kind of help. It's doesn't, even my neighbors, I have my boys running around and I said, listen, I sent them the clothes to soldiers. Can you write me a letter, a support letter, and some pictures to draw there? So I received from whole school.
Oh, wow.
all that, yes. Witchcraft Heights Elementary School from Salem, Massachusetts. I am going to send it because it's not just stuff, it's emotional support as well. And I love it. I'm like, oh, I asked 2 boys and I get in more than 500. It's like, I cannot count it all of this.
Really? That is great.
It is amazing. First I didn't like, she said, oh, all kids want to help. I'm like, okay. And then they said, it's more than 500. It's like, oh, okay. I can handle that as well. Just, you know, whatever, at least, you know, all you American kids know what colors Ukrainian flag already.
Yeah, they do.
That's also a geographical and like learning point of that.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, it's easier to draw than the American flag. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, they can draw that too. Yes, but I'm just telling the kids learning to be kind and supportive from the elementary school. That is really, really good.
Yeah, nicely said. So Tanya, have you talked to folks back in Ukraine? Like, what is the morale like right now? How is what's the resistance like? How's everyone feeling?
I do talk to them. Not every day for now, like we used to talk every day, but now things calm down. And if there is any emergency or any shooting or any rockets in the civilian buildings, that they would let me know. But I did talk today about what is going on. And I'm in close touch with people in Gostomel, Ukraine, which is a village in Kiev region. It's a newly developed area for families, and they call it Czech yards. It's like very cute red roofs with the townhouses. That is totally destroyed, I do have a Facebook page where I share a lot of information directly from people from Kiev, and they sent me a playground. Interesting playground has a blue and yellow colors, and the slide with the stainless steel was all dotted with bullets. The whole thing was dotted with bullets. They shoot at their children's playground. It's like touch my heart even more than their ruined houses, you know. But people live without roofs. Some houses have just walls, and the team that I'm working with, several men who trying to organize and rebuild, at least put the roofs so houses don't leak and don't rotten from the weather. So we supporting them in that. We bought them that saw, you know, for the whole village.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
They asked for it, so we provided because we had money in that fund to support them. The morality, I have to say, the spirit is unbelievable. Ukrainians have an unbelievable spirit. And sometimes when I feel down, I talk to them, and it gives me like a fire to keep going, to keep doing what we're doing with the girls, supporting each other. I wanted to add something to what Sveta said about kids, because the school where my son graduated, it's in Moscow, and it's a regional school, and they have the football team, and they organized a fundraiser, which I gave for Svetlana's list for supporting the soldiers. So they were collecting money during their fundraiser to support Svetlana's list. And I thought it was very nice. People reached out to me knowing who I am, and I forwarded this support to Svetlana's cause.
Unbelievable. Very
so
cool.
that's how we support each other, you know?
Yeah, everything goes hand in hand, right?
Yep.
All hands on deck right now. So if people want to learn more about the event on May 22nd, Tanya, how can they go about doing that?
So several things are happening on that day, and I'm going to provide the address for gathering point.
Okay.
And it is at, sorry.
Take your time, Tanya. It's fine.
Yeah, thank you. We're gathering at the meeting house field. It's called First Meeting House Green, Ipswich.
Yep.
And we gather there quarter of 12.
Okay.
And, you know, it's just a gatherings moment. And then we will have that banner, that town hall, Ipswich provided, and we will march with that banner and, you know, Ukrainian flags, whatever. We will have probably good support of people coming from different states and towns to support, you know, this little march of awareness. We will go through, it's probably 15-20 minute walk through the town from different points, right? There is that I Love Ipswich event that will be near, I call it EBSCO walk. You know, I don't know how they call it here, but people would know it's like a little courtyard in town of Ipswich where we will kind of merge. So Ipswich people would see our march and awareness, something's going to be said. And we will proceed to the 36 Main Street in Ipswich, which is the memorial field where the rally is going to be, which is right near the road. Basically, it's a main
And
south main
police
road.
department.
Yeah. Yeah, parking could be probably on the side of the street. I'm still in development with the police chief about the traffic and about the parking spot, which we will be providing in writing in newspapers and in social media. Like we will adding up the details for the event. At the rally, as I said, we ask Senator Tar to be with us. And I know Senator is very hard close with Ukraine. And we hope to have him there. Local folks, some people will have certain speeches. We're planning to have MIT students who have their international students who have their own movement. It's an informational speech about how people can stop the war on an everyday basis, ignoring Russian products and stuff like that. How to approach that type of, boycotting, and songs and all kind of cultural things that girls are bringing to the field. We are hoping to have more warmer touch of Ukraine culture, but it's still in development. So maybe a surprise for people who come on that day. It will be a lot of surprises.
Svetlana, will you be baking for this at all? Is that what that means?
We'll see.
Yeah.
We talk, but our tables will be on near the police department and on that field. So we will wait. It will be several non-profit organizations, Ukrainian non-profit organizations.
Amazing.
So we will show all that information and show everything what we can. And screen will be up there on TV screen for the people to talk to directly to Ukraine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Yes.
this is the most important part. So they came out during our organizing meeting, and Kory Bates has a big screen TV in that Haskell house, which we're gonna drag and put on the field near the place of rally. And Brett Clark's son is like an IT guy who's gonna do this magic. We're gonna put the group together in Ukraine who will come and direct, like it's a sort of like a Zoom, but we will choose the app that is accessible to people in Ukraine. And they will all come up, or not all, who have access with, internet and have electricity. And, at that time of the day, which is going to be around 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night in Ukraine. But we are asking everybody to make themselves available to say hi to American friends, and that we would like to cheer them and make it visual. And Pastor Clark actually expressed how he visualized this event, that sometimes you see people in two-dimensional, like you don't know the culture, you don't know the person, but when you got to know someone closely, you see it in the three-dimensional, and your relationship changes. So that's what we are, one of the purposes of that event, that, little town get in touch with little people in Ukraine and get closer to them and give them that warmth, welcoming solidarity and support.
Well put. And that's always nice. It's one of the positive things about the internet age and social media is you can actually, in a positive way, marry the online community with the offline community in person. So
the Amazon list, if people want to buy something specific from the list, it's always, but we also accepting money. Like you said that somebody wants to send to Bridge and you send it to me. We organized with several girls who I just founded new friends, and we created Dobro New England Inn, and we were in New Hampshire organized event last Saturday, and they will come on the event as well. So we have Venmo right now for that non-profit organization. So it is 5 of us. We are 5 girls from different regions, and we trying to connect again, just direct help. We don't want to be just send money forever. Who is it? We don't know. We just people to people who we know and who really need that help. That is the only point.
Awesome.
So I will send you that link.
Okay.
You can see.
Yeah, send me that link. I'm hoping I can be there on the 22nd to help out in any way I can, and then either way, let's continue the conversation. I mean, it's too bad we have to keep having these conversations, but let's still have these conversations. And I know my audience and I will do whatever we can to help you both out. So thank you so much for your time, Tanya and Svetlana. And I wish you and your families and your homeland the best moving forward. So let's keep the conversation going and take care. Yeah. And we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Kory.
Thank you.
Interested in a sponsorship? Email sponsor@1623studios.org to learn more.